Hello and welcome. In today's video, we will learn how to create an NFT. To create an NFT, we need an image and the image metadata file. Metadata file will contain the information about your NFT like description, background color, or any other properties that your NFT may have. If you are new here, my name is Animan. I create courses on blockchain and Web3. If you are interested in learning this future tech, then consider subscribing to this channel. And you can also follow me on Twitter where I share daily tips and tricks. Alright, so let's get started. So there are two ways to create an NFT. The first way is to store your image and the metadata information on the blockchain itself, but that is very expensive. The second way is to store your image and the metadata information on the decentralized storage. And if you happen to store your information on the centralized server, then there is a risk that somebody can manipulate that information, and if that server goes down, you will not be able to access your NFT. So that's the reason we need to use any decentralized storage which ensures that your information will always be available and nobody can change or manipulate anything with that data once stored. So we will use IPFS to store our information on the decentralized storage, because IPFS ensures that once your data is stored, nobody can manipulate it, and it also ensures that your data will always be available, and that's the reason we are going to use IPFS. We will use an API to publish our metadata and the image on the IPFS instead of manually uploading the files on Pinata and then using that metadata file in our smart contract. In this blog post, you will find all the information that you need, like how to set up the environment and what all files and the smart contracts that we are going to use in this video. Everything is available in this blog post. So let's start with setting up the environment. So I'm going to reference the same instructions here. So open up VS Code, open folder, and I have already created the folder here, NFT tutorial. So this folder is empty. Let me zoom in a little bit so that you can see. Let's close this. Now let's open the terminal to set up the environment. Let me go back to the blog post. And let's start first with this step. Let's initiate npm init, and now we have our file here, package.json, and the next step is install hardhat. This will take few seconds to install. Alright, so hardhat is installed. So next we need to install this package, nft.storage. So this package is required to upload our files on IPFS. Let's install this. And then the next one is mime. Cool. And not this one, we have already installed this, but we need to install mime. So let me copy this and paste it here. Alright, so we are done with the installation. There is one additional step for Windows users. If you are using Windows machine, then you need to run this command. These are few extra packages that you need to install. The Mac users will already have these packages available once they will install the hardhat. But for Windows users, we need to run this additional step. Alright, so all these dependencies are installed as well. So now let's type npx hardhat, and if everything is installed fine, then we will see the CLI for hardhat. Perfect. So we have everything installed. Now click on this create a basic sample project. Right now we don't have any files here. So once we'll run this, so we should be able to see a couple of files on the left hand side panel. So let's hit enter. And it is asking to confirm you the path. Yes, we want to install it in this directory, and why. Alright, so now we have these files available on the left hand side panel. So we have the contracts folder, we have scripts and tests, and these are the node modules. So this is the folder that we are going to use to create our Solidity smart contracts, and this sample contract is already created here. Greeter.sol. and we also have the deployment script ready here. So with this deployment script, we can deploy the contracts. And let's get started with our NFT contract now. All right, so let's write the logic to upload our file to IPFS first. So create new file, upload.js, and const. We would require NFT storage and file from our package that we have installed, nft.storage, and also we need this one, the second one, for file handling. Not mine, it's mime. So next one is the built-in file module from Node.js. So const fs require fs, and one last for the path manipulation, we would require path. All right, so the next step is const nft storage key. So we need the API key first. So you need to go to this website, NFT storage. You need to create your account here, and once you'll create your account, you just go in this section, API keys, and there is an option to create the key. And it is a simple process. Just click on new keys and it will give you the API key, and then that API key you can put it here. I'm not going to expose my key here, but you got it. So the next step is we need to create the async function. So create async function for NFT, and this will take image path as an input, name of the image, and the description. Cool. So do const image and await file from path, give the image path. Now we need to create one more function here to load the file contents. So I'm not gonna type everything, I'm simply gonna copy and paste the function here. So we are calling this one here, so it will load the file contents and that we are using here. And in the next step, we are going to use the API key that we have created in the step above. So do const nft storage equals to create the instance of NFT storage and token or NFT key. And now simply do return NFT storage dot store and create object here, image, name, and description, the three parameters that we passed. And that's it. Now create the main function here, async function main. This function will take the image path as an input, name, and the description, and return await for NFT. So the function that we have created, it's NFT, not MFT. So let me correct this. And this will take image path, comma name, comma description, and save it. Now we have our main function available. Now let's do one more step. So if we want to run this in this module, so we can do if require. This is similar to Python where we check if it is the main module. So do this and we can call the main function here. So you can pass in the image here. So I'm gonna copy and paste the image here that I'm gonna use. Let me go back, pick up the image. So where is my image? All right, so now I have the image available here. So I can give the name of the image. It is in same directory, so I can simply give the name here, any man NFT dot jpg, and then the name, let's say any man NFT, and then the description, this is any man's first NFT, something, anything. You can give other properties as well, but for this tutorial I'm just gonna stick with these three. And let's wrap this in try catch block, try and catch error. So I'll move this up in the try block. If everything is okay, then fine. In case of any issue, we can console log the error. Error while creating the NFT. And I can give the error here. Cool. So that's pretty much. And now we can export the module. Dot exports equals to main. So I'm gonna copy and paste my key here, and then I will run and we can test if everything is working fine. All right, so let's test it if it is working fine. So for now I can comment the return statement and I can console log the results. So let's do this. Console log. And now let me run it. And as you can see, we are getting the result back. So that means this file has been uploaded successfully to IPFS. We can check it here. So go to the Brave browser. So you can check the content in Brave browser and you would not require any extension or anything. And here it is. These are the contents that we have loaded. Name, description, you can see, and the image path, and everything is matching. So perfect. So now that this is working, so we can import it in our deploy script. So let me create one more script here, or I can change this to deploy script instead of sample script, and we can make use of the same script here, deploy.js. But before that, we need to create our smart contract. So create the contract here. Inside this, let's do nft.sol and spdx license identifier MIT and pragma solidity and the version that we want to use. So we are using 0.8.0. And now we need to import two contracts from OpenSea, the ERC721 and ERC721 URI storage. So let me quickly go to OpenSea. So as you can see, so ERC721 is the core contract. It has all the functions that we need, like the transfer, mint, and everything that we need. And there are a couple of other extensions in ERC21. It depends upon your requirement. If you want to do more, for example, if you will go to this extensions folder, you can see you have ERC721 burnable, enumerable, and a couple of other contracts. But these are optional. It depends on your requirement if you want to use them or not. But for this tutorial, I'm gonna use this storage URI.sol. But you need to put in some more efforts and you need to choose the right extension according to your need. So let me import these two in our file. So go back here. We are importing ERC721 and URI storage, and create contract NFT is ERC721 URI storage 721 URI storage, and here let's create the variable uint private token ID, and create the constructor ERC721, and here you can give the name and the symbol. So I can give the name here, let's say Animan, and symbol, let's say AM. And now we have the NFT name and symbol set up here. So now let's create the function mint NFT, and this will take the token URI as an input. So the token URI is the link that I just showed you in the Brave browser. So that URI link we need to pass here. Token URI, and set it to public, and it returns uint. So this will return the token ID that is being created in this function. So first we need to increment the token ID. So do token ID plus equals to 1, and then call safe mint. So message.sender, whosoever is calling this, that address will go here, and then we need to give the token ID that we just incremented, token ID, and finally set token URI, give your token ID here, comma, token URI. Cool, so that's pretty much. So the safe mint function is coming from ERC721, and this set token URI is coming from this URI storage function. So we are taking the URI here. First we are incrementing the token ID here, and then we are minting the NFT, and the same token ID we are passing here in the set token URI, and corresponding to that token ID we are mapping our URI here. So save it, and with this we are done. So we just need to return the token ID here in the last step. So do token ID and save it. So let me quickly scan if everything is fine. So we have imported both the contracts from OpenSea, and then we are setting the name and the symbol here, and we need to open the contract body here. Save. And here this is with the capital M, safe mint. Now let's open our terminal and let's try to compile the contract. npx hard hat compile. And great, our contract is compiled successfully. Alright, so now let's make the changes in our deployment script. So I'll go here and I'll change the contract name to NFT instead of greeter. And let's change this to NFT as well. So instead of greeter NFT.deploy, we are deploying the NFT contract. We are not passing any parameters because we have already set the parameters in our constructor. So NFT with lowercase, and here let's deploy our contract, and this will give us the address once the contract is deployed. So now we need to import the upload module. So let's do const upload equals to require. It is in the same directory, so I'll do upload, save it, and here I will do create NFT, const result, await upload. So now we need to give the image name here. So our image name is anyman underscore NFT dot jpg, and give the name anyman's NFT, and description creating NFT for anyman anything. So that's fine. And now what we can do is we can console log as well, console log. So we will do NFT meta file URL, so result dot URL, and here we will do await NFT dot call the function in our NFT, which is mint NFT, and we need to pass the token URI here, the token URI. So our token URI is result dot URL. And also, if you remember, inside the upload.js, we have to reinstate this statement because it has to return, and we can comment this out or we can entirely remove this. So let's remove this line, save it. And if this is confusing to you, so this is simple. So this line will only be executed, or this block will only be executed when you will directly call upload.js. So when you import upload.js in any other module, so this part won't be executed. So that's what it means here. Save it. So one more thing, inside the hard hat, we need to configure the environment to which blockchain we want to deploy the contract. We will be deploying this to Rinkyb, and also we need to set the private key that we are going to use. So which account it should use to deploy the contract, and that account should have some amount of ethers in it. So make sure first you put some ethers in your account. So you can go to Rinkyb faucet. So type in like Rinkyb faucet. For example, you can go here or any other website you can use and give your public address, and you will have the ethers in your account. Once you have the ethers, then you can give your account details in the hard hat config file. So set up the networks. Inside the network, set up the Rinkyb network, Rinkyb or Rinkyb, anything. And you also need the URL for the provider. So in this case, I'm using the provider Infura. So you need to create your account with Infura and set up your project, and then copy the endpoint for your Rinkyb. So go to this website, infura.io. Sign up here. I'm not going to walk you through the complete procedure. You can find any video. It's pretty simple and straightforward. Create your account, and there you need to set up your project. It's very simple, and from there you will see multiple endpoints for the mainnet, Rinkyb, Polygon Mumbai. So you need to get the endpoint for the Rinkyb network, get your URL from there. I will leave it blank for now. And in the next step, we need to set up the account. So accounts, and set up your account here. And that's it. copy paste your Infura endpoint here for the Rinkibi network, and then the Rinkibi account which has the ethers for the deployment. Alright, so I have set up my Infura endpoint and the account. Cool. So let's deploy our NFT now. Type npx hard hat run scripts and deploy.js, and we need to give the network. So we are going to deploy this on Rinkibi. So type Rinkibi and enter. If everything goes good, so our NFT will be published and it will be automatically available on OpenSea. Alright, so our contract is deployed. It is deployed at this address, and this is our metadata file address. Now let's go on OpenSea. Awesome. So now our NFT is available on OpenSea, and we did everything programmatically. So we choose the image and the metadata information, and we published everything from our script itself. We did not do anything manually. We did not upload our image on IPFS manually, and we did everything via our script itself. If you are wondering how this NFT is available on OpenSea, so basically what happens at the backend is OpenSea listens for all the events which are relevant to NFTs, so which is ERC721. And if you remember, when we deployed the smart contract, we called our function mint NFT, and in our mint NFT function we have given the token URI, which is our metadata file. So in the metadata file we have already provided the information where this image is hosted, and that's how OpenSea knows that from where they need to pull up this information, and they are fetching the information from that metadata file and they host it on their website, and that's how it is available on OpenSea. I hope now everything makes sense that how this information is available on OpenSea. So stay tuned for more videos on blockchain and web3. You can also check out my free courses at codesalert.com. So the beginners course is available at codesalert.com. Even the advanced blockchain course is available, and Solidity 0 to Hero course is available, and even the advanced Solidity course is coming soon. You will also get your free certificate of completion. So if you complete these courses on Codesalert, so you will get this certificate as well. Stay tuned and good luck.